You like cheap comic books, right? Well, I'm Professor Allen, and I talk about cheap comic books on the Quarterbin Podcast. In every episode, I'll dissect a single comic from my collection, as long as I paid no more than 25 cents for the issue. Forget about $4 new comics that you can read in 4 minutes, or crossover events that can cost $100 to collect. Join me in the Quarterbin, where even bad comics are a bargain, and good ones are a steal. The Quarterbin Podcast is part of the Relatively Geeky Podcast Network. Visit us at relativelygeekypodcast.blogspot.com or search Relatively Geeky or Quarterbin Podcast in iTunes. I guarantee it'll be worth every penny.
Thank you for listening to Comics for Fun and Profit. This is Kyle and Drew with your sneak peek at next week, episode number 963 for comics originally releasing February the 26th. But before Drew and I get into what's coming up in your local comic book shops this coming last Wednesday in February, Drew, what you got for me in the world of comics?
Well, we got a fun question from our buddy Jason over in Hawaii.
Hey!
If you guys bought Diamond, how would you guys run it? What kind of discount would you give? Would you visit the stores around the country to see what they need? And will I get my comics for free? Well, let me think.
Jason will have he will be given an allowance.
He'll be given a stipend of
yes, exactly.
all the comics he can eat. Yes, you definitely get free comics for life. And that's kind of what I would do if I owned Diamond. In addition to being a distributor, I would be a DCBS killer, and I would go ahead and do direct to consumers in addition to the retail. So
yeah,
I would do a mail order store, probably at least one of my locations. I would do brick and mortar. I would specialize in the tiny publisher, the back half stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And, well, since I really don't have any choice, right, because everybody's gone. And so since everybody's gone already, it's easy to specialize on those. Makes, heavy manga, heavy small indie publishers. I'd continue to wholesale Marvel, Image, and figure out a way to get DC a wholesale license of some sort. So I could be a one-stop shop for stores. Already, because I'm Diamond, I've got the best POS system for retailers. I've got the best inventory control. I've got the best invoicing. Shipping's always been. I'd probably work on shipping. I'd take the lessons learned by PRH and Lunar in shipping, and I'd go to free shipping model for stores.
Not based on weight, because that seems to be there's apparently a ton of money involved in that whole process.
Yeah, I think I'd do free shipping for store accounts, and I'd probably do free shipping. To try to break into that market, that mail order market, I'd offer free shipping on orders of whatever the number is that breaks even, and to build a customer base there, and try to stabilize some kind of profits in like the first couple of years. Try to get to break even status, and then reevaluate where I am there. But yeah, I would definitely. My first order of business would be the DCBS killer, Midtown killer. Whoever the biggest players are. Not Cowabunga, of course. Not Cowabunga Comics, nor their deep discount line. We wouldn't take them on. They would be supported we'd give them free ad space
Excellent. Yes.
on the order site, and yeah, make it revamp the site, make it easier to order, that sort of thing, and yeah, just you be a home for creators.
Yep.
Don't kickstart your comic for $25. Shipped to a person for one single comic. They probably have a diamond imprint.
That was just about to ask if you'd have your own imprint or publish.
Yeah, yep. have a diamond imprint that if there wasn't it would be like an image model where it was an umbrella, maybe a taste of the you could maintain creator control, but you've got to give me a taste of the IP sales. I think that would that might stabilize. You'd have to be scaled down at first. I don't know how you would be able to do it with the 175 people they've got working for them. Well, as of this recording, who knows what the future holds? Because we did hear that there were like 8 suitors for them. So in the auction, so hopefully one of those people wants to stay in the comics biz.
Absolutely.
And they get to be the winning bidder. But yeah, that's what I do. Maybe it is us. Maybe it's C4 FAP is one of the 8, and hopefully they accept our bid. But yeah,
and hopefully my credit is good enough.
I think ideally you would visit stores or have those frequent con parties for retailers, just focus group type stuff. But I do a lot of survey focus group of customers and retailers, and have a real sense of what's going on, what they need, what's changing, and how to fix it. I would listen like Diamond doesn't do.
There you go.
Or hasn't done. And that would fix it. That would fix that would be fun. That'd be a fun little. I'd probably go bankrupt, but it would be fun trying.
There you go. I would do a lot of the same things direct to consumer. Direct to consumer would not get as good of a discounted cut as, of course, a comic book shop would, but essentially it would be the DCBS killer. So we just slightly undercut their nut.
Yeah.
Kind of
so what is that, like 35 to 40%?
Yeah.
Yeah. That doesn't leave a lot of meat on the bone, does it?
No, it doesn't. But you just got to do it for a little while, enough to kill the competition. Then you can slightly raise it up to that. I would also create a new structure of grading direct from Diamond. So you could put 10.0s because they are coming direct from print. They are not, there is nobody else handling them. So I would feel comfortable putting things as Gem Mint 10s.
Yeah.
And then resetting the market and how you would do that, because it is direct from the printer, direct to you, already encapsulated and that kind of thing. So
yeah, Diamond Direct Grading Service.
Exactly.
The DDGS.
Exactly.
That's brilliant. And I would think you could probably do that relatively quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You can, part of the pre-order process, an extra $10, and then what your minimum grade requirement is.
Yep.
And unless they come in damaged, you could probably meet those.
Absolutely, because you would, knowing what you're doing, you would overprint to a source, and you'd know you could skim some 9.8s off the top because it's you.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a brilliant idea. I love that.
And then I was thinking a lot about the image blind bags and things that we were talking about within their previews.
Yeah.
And so much of the current meta with collectability is people on streams opening up packs of cards and opening up packs of baseball cards and Pokemon cards, searching for chase items. And comics doesn't necessarily have that chase that is part of the collectability that's the current meta.
Gotcha.
So I think there needs to be more blind bagging of things to have, essentially within all cover A's are now blind bag, and within those purchases, 1% are, ultra rares and things like that, to give back to some of the now streaming collectability and searches and hunts and overbuying and paying and that kind of thing.
So this would be you would ask this of the publishers, or this would be part of the Diamond Publishing imprint? That's
part of the Diamond Publishing imprint, or you would work with publishers to try to get that as an incentive, because I think
they could replicate that model.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is cool. I did not think of that. The grading service is a freaking home run. I love that.
Yeah.
So we can kill CGC and DCBS with the same business. I love it.
And of course, direct from would be the best source, and therefore would be able to set the market as they want. And since we want everybody using us, we just make everything one-stop shop as much as possible, at least.
Oh yeah. Would you do anything with back issues, collections, off-market stuff, secondary market stuff? I
would still think that's your LCSs, and I would leave that to the LCS.
Leave that to the LCS. Stay out of that business.
Mm-hmm. And that would be their market. But just do it in a less creepy manner that Diamond always did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's great. There's probably something around FOC that you could do better. Eric at Cowabunga does a great job. Gets you the weekly FOC in time to adjust orders, catch a rising star, grab the hot stuff. Something like that. They need to pump that angle up a little bit. They don't make that easy. So there probably needs to be like a dedicated FOC watcher, highlighter, somebody marketing things that need attention. I think that'd be kind of cool. Yeah. I like it. I think we just freaking fixed everything.
Yeah, and there would need to be more Diamond cons, so there would be more get into the convention circuit as well.
Actually, start a convention.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a great idea too.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. I don't think any distributor or retailer has ever done a con. Branded their own con, have they? It's always been some kind of multimedia conglomerate of some sort. Yeah, that's a great idea. Damn, we dissolved it. We saved the comics industry.
The industry will be fine when we're said.
You and me right now. That's awesome. Yeah, those are great.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Jason. That's a great question.
Yeah. Well, now that we've saved the future of comics, let's go and head on over to our good friends at Cover Price, and let's look at their top 10 to see what's on the secondary market and what's popping off. And we're starting in a weird place with the first stuff, Drew, and not we're getting out of some of the old usuals. And this is an interesting bit of secondary market as we start with Knights number 1, the regular Luigi Formisano cover.
Okay.
The premise of the series is bizarre: orphans, mercenaries, vampires, but it works, and fans were tickled to find out Netflix is preparing an animated adaptation. Oh no, Drew fell asleep when I said animated adaptation. Netflix has made a massive push towards animation, and if their recent work is any indication, this series is in good hands. And that means that Netflix has been doing a lot of stuff with anime, not just necessarily animation.
Gotcha.
When word got out, collectors rushed to secure a copy of this previously under-the-radar title, tracking 30 copies on the secondary market. High sale of $26, settling to $19.
Cool.
And at rank 2, Basketful of Heads.
Hey, that's awesome.
Yeah. I don't know that I ever realized that Basketful was one word. DC isn't the only publisher with comic titles hitting the screen. Superman has a ton riding on it, but there's exuding confidence lately and pushing the envelope. Now that James Gunn is at the helm, the opportunities are endless. This title sports a wacky story, but it works. Fans enjoyed it, albeit not kicking down the door to secure copies galore, but some stories are meant for second chances, and this series will be getting it. And as it was recently announced, Natasha Lyonne is set to star and produce in an adaptation. We're in a bold new era for comic adaptations. 52 copies on the secondary market, brew high sale at $60 for 69.8, and fair market values for your near mint rolls at just under $10.
Gotta dig them out. That's cool.
Yeah. At rank 3, we got We're Taking Everyone Down With Us, the special preview edition. For a title that hasn't even been released yet, there's some hype building. The series has been teased since last year, and fans are excited to get their hands on it. Some want to get in on the ground floor, and they're delighted to discover this preview edition. The series reportedly has a James Bond flair, so the For Your Eyes Only on the cover adds to the mystique. We tracked 10 copies on the secondary market with a high sale of $20. And $12 being the near mint settling.
Well, do you think these just go to LCSs around the country?
It seems like it, yeah.
Okay. Interesting.
Daredevil 227. In the teaser for Daredevil Born Again, we know Kingpin knows Daredevil's secret identity. He found out at the end of the Netflix series, and that was something brought over to this new one, into this new continuity. This book's major premise is that Kingpin discovers Daredevil's identity and is also the launching pad into the Born Again run. This is an easy book to key in on, and with the series right around the corner, fans are preparing for this long-time return. Tracking 23 copies on the secondary market, $190 for CGC 9.8. Very fine fair market value at $15.
Well, still some meat on the bone there. I get that.
Yeah, still some to be had, especially if it starts really following that storyline. Invincible 61. Since it was announced Invincible was getting an adaptation, fans of the comic were keyed up for the arrival of Conquest. It was a pivotal period for Invincible and helped cement it as the universe's greatest comic. It's just so badass. Invincible Season 3 is in full swing, and the fan base is inching ever closer to seeing Conquest arrive. In a moment that, if done right, could launch Invincible to a household name, if being the key word. The hype is insane, and fans are hard at work securing copies of the first appearance of Conquest. 13 copies selling on the secondary market. CGC 9.8 is going for $285, and Rawls at $100.
Wow.
Yeah, so in that Invincible series, this is a big key.
That's interesting.
At rank 6, we have The Kill Lock. Number 1, it was rumored that this was the most recent series to be adopted by Amazon. They put out a solid body of animated series work, so fan confidence is rising. It's been an under-the-radar book for years, and that rumor put a spotlight on it and fire under the rumors. Tracking 8 copies sold. High sale of $33 for Raw. $22 is fair market value.
I did not know this.
Now, back to some of the normal thing. Of course, wouldn't be a list without Mark Spears on it. And this is Gunslinger Spawn 18, the regular Mark Spears cover. 28 copies on the secondary market. High sale at $20. Settling down. And then that's actually seems to be the going rate is $20 on all of them.
Yeah.
At rank 8, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man number 1. Just the regular cover. Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man has been killing it on Disney Plus. Fans have thoroughly enjoyed it. Mainstays of the hobby and crossover collectors have been picking this book up at a good clip. It's a prequel book to the series and introduces Susan O'Hara, the adopted mother of Nico, Pete's best friend, and with a familiar last name. Tracking 34 copies on the secondary market. High sale at $23 near mints, going for a fair market value of $14. And more Mark Spears, 365 Spawn. 32 copies on the secondary market, a high of $35, settling in at still getting 33. So really nice as Spawn 365 continues to be on the top 10.
Dang.
And at rank 10, Fantastic Four 209, the newsstand version. First appearance of Herbie, the robot that we saw in the trailer. 17 copies tracked on the secondary market. CGC 9.8 is going for $299, and Rawls, the near mint function, going for $17. 14.
You got all the cool new stuff.
I
think I'm going to
did.
get most of the old regulars, but that's all right. Rank 11, we have Earth X 12, Shalabal, the Herald of Galactus appearance, and that. Well, no. This is actually Norrin Rad in his first appearance, because they're hoping that they'll be both Silver Surfers in this upcoming trailer or upcoming movie. So we'll see. 20 copies of it sold. High sale of $229 for $498, but near mint selling around $38. At rank 12, we have a Absolute Wonder Woman #1, the regular cover. Absolutes continue to sell well. This sold 27 copies. High sale of $65 for a 9.8. Near mint's around $13. At rank 13, we have Fantastic Four 28, the Marvel Rivals thing. Again, the Rivals continue to sell. This is the Jeff the Land Shark on the cover. Tracked 35 copies of this selling. There's already a CGC 98 going for $60, but Raws are around 10. At rank 14, we have Fantastic Four 49. This is old school first appearance of Galactus, classic key. Sold 23 copies on the secondary market with a CGC 9.2 going for $4,750, and very good raw selling for $626. The Incredible Hulk 449, based on the Brave New World Captain America movie. Wait, no.
What's Red Hulk from? I mean, so.
Oh, this is the Red Hulk cover. 449 is.
Is it? I thought did I look wrong?
You might be right.
Oh no, at rank 15, that's Thunderbolts.
Yeah, it's first Thunderbolts. Okay. So $275 for a 9.8. Brawls around $75. At rank 16, we have the Sentry #1. And Sentry's going to be in Thunderbolts, so it's his first appearance. 22 copies, high sale of $300 for a 9.8, and Raw's around $82. Now at rank 17, we have Hulk #1. This is the Red Hulk Ed McGuinness cover, which is moving 38 copies with $225 for a 9.8, and Raw's around $72. At rank 18, we have Amazing Spider-Man 65, another Marvel Rivals cover, selling 11 copies with $30 for a raw being the high, but most of them are around mid-20s. At rank 19, the classic Spawn #1, continuing to sell well. 50 more copies of this sold. 9.8 went for $140. Raw's around $24. And you gotta own this in your collection. And for $24, you can have a classic Image #1 that will always sell well and always be sought after. Why not? And rounding out the top 20 is Venom Lethal Protector Volume 1 #1, our old quarter bin comic.
Yeah.
And it's now selling 34 copies with a 9.8 going for $124. It raws up to $27. So what is that, like a 10,000% increase over where we were buying them for?
Yeah, no kidding.
Them up. That's quite a find. So good stuff there.
Absolutely. Speaking of good stuff, Drew, I have been taking some good stuff in the mornings, just after my morning energy drink, to help sustain me through the day, give me a little bit of mental clarity, mental boost, all kinds of the good stuff that I need to get through the day. And it is our good friends at Magic Mind, a mental performance shot. I've learned to love matcha during this process. I actually crave it sometimes in the morning, even though originally I was like, it feels like I'm eating grass. Nope, I enjoy it now. We've gotten to a point where this batch has got a little bit of agave sweetness to it. It's easy to drink, easy to do in the morning, just a nice little shot. And it's all about extending that good feeling you get from caffeine in the morning and just keeping it going, getting you over the hump. It's not overloading you with additional caffeine, not getting you all charged up for an afternoon drop. No, it's just keeping the mental clarity boosted, keeping the energy going, and keeping you heading in the right direction. And that's what I really like about it.
Yeah, and they care. They donate percentage of each bottle sold to charities across the country. They're 100% carbon neutral. They stand behind their product. You can try it, get a 100% refund, no questions asked for up to 100 days after buying it. It'll ship internationally to 65 countries. So we know we got some international listeners. We look at them stats every once in a while, and we've got people all over the globe. So you need some Magic Mind in your life. So I would encourage you to use our code COMICS at checkout to get up to 48% off your first subscription or 20% off a one-time purchase. You can claim this at magicmind.com/comicsfun, COMICSFUN, and use comics at checkout, COMICS, and tell them Drew and Kyle sent you.
Very good. All right, we've looked at the past. We've seen what's going on with the secondary market. Now it's time to head on over, and I really want to dig through this DC Connect. This is our March DC Connect for May release. Drew, the good thing about DC is we're all in, buddy. We are all in. And we've got Superman Unlimited on the cover. Dan Slott and Raphael Albuquerque. In slot we trust.
In slot you trust. That's true.
In slot we trust as we head on down. But what are we going to start with, Drew? We are going to start with Batman 160 all in. And we have Hush.
Yeah, new Hush and Jeff Loeb at the helm. Jim Lee doing art.
Yeah.
What else do you want? I mean, you gotta check this out, right?
Absolutely. Hush Part 3. And so Hush is spelled H, the number 2SH in some equations here.
Oh, okay. All right. That's cool.
And this Delato variant is very nice on this Batman 160. I like that. Very cool. What else we're all in for, Drew, is Superman Unlimited #1, Dan Slott, Raphael Albuquerque. We got some good covers. We got James Gunn cameo variant created by Dan Mora. And boy, looking at that is legitimately James Gunn chilling with a laptop on the front of that cover. So we have entrusted James Gunn so much with the future of Superman that we are giving him comic book covers just to say how much we love him. So
now, do you think that would that'd be kind of collectible, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I would think so.
There was some Stan Lee covers back in the day that were collectible and still have some collectability.
Yeah, I would think so. Very cool.
But yeah, we're jumping off Superman Unlimited, 32 pages, $4.99. Oh, there's a gold foil Sozo Miyake. Yeah, that's great stuff.
Now, you are mostly not a Superman person, are you?
No, primarily I've done some things, dabbled into the Unchained, dabbled into a few things
the
here
Unchained,
and there.
So this is Unlimited, not Unchained. You're going to come back on the Untrained?
I think I may have to. I think it's calling my name.
Yeah, all right.
And again, in slot I trust.
I dig it. I like Dan Slott a lot. I like Raphael Albuquerque. He's great. I like a lot of these variant covers. It's going to be tough to choose from, but I'm leaning towards the novelty of the James Gunn. That's kind of a cool thing. And
it seems like a neat cover. I like that.
You know, I've been in action before. I've read some Superman before. I've never stuck. So this is a good time for me to hop in. Great creative team. Check out Superman again. And give it a shot. See if it sticks this time.
What's the harm? What's the worst that can happen?
Nothing.
And of
right?
course, we're all in, and we're all in with Absolute Superman 7, Absolute Wonder Woman 8, and Absolute Martian Manhunter number 3. Some really neat covers there, Drew.
Yes, lots of absolutes. All in.
I was going to say, and all in. Journey through the Psychosphere. Absolute Flash number 3. Flash as a monkey. Okay.
Yep, there you go.
Absolute Green Lantern 2. Really like that 1 in 25 Ryan Benjamin cover. Really like that Juliet Nikita cover. Some good covers on Absolute Green Lantern. Superman 26. Still all in, Drew. Of course. Joshua Williamson with Dan Moore doing covers. Wonder Woman 21. Our boy Tom King on that one.
Yeah, I fell off that one, doggone it. And so too many have passed for me to hop back on. So I think I'm staying away.
And speaking of hop on, we have a number 1 with Supergirl. Number 1 all in, Drew. Written by Sophie Campbell. Art and cover by Sophie Campbell. We got a dope Art Germ variant. I saw this one on Instagram the other day. It looks grand.
Oh, yeah. That is great.
Yeah. This is, of course, Kara Zor-El. Okay, I was trying to figure out what I know. Sophie Campbell from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Wet Moon.
Yeah, very cool.
Let's see here. Batman, Superman, World's Finest 39 is all in. Justice League Unlimited 7 all in. Justice League The Atom Project 5 all in. JSA 7. We're all in, but we're not showing you the cover.
We're redacted, yeah.
Yeah, the society is in mourning. So, oh my, somebody's having a bad day. And another new number 1. Drew, what do you know about Mr. Terrific?
I know it's written by Al Letson, who I've never, ever heard of. So I will wait and see on this one. I'm not going to jump in.
Is Mr. Terrific a thing, or is this a new thing, or?
No, he's an existing character. Yeah. Very smart. One of the other smart, rich vigilantes in the DC universe.
That archetype, eh?
Yes, so many.
Looks interesting. So, Mr. Terrific year 1, but thankfully it is all in.
Of course.
Action Comics 1086, G. Willow Wilson writing that. Detective Comics 1097 with our boy Tom Taylor. Lee Garbett on art. And celebrating the AAPI Heritage Month with themed variant covers by Cliff Chang.
Connecting covers.
Yeah, connecting. So we have Action Comics, Batgirl, Justice League Unlimited, Birds of Prey, Green Arrow 24, and Justice League The Atom Project 5.
So Asian American Pacific Islander heritage.
Yes, absolutely.
Batgirl, yes. Swamp Thing is Asian. Is that true?
I'm unaware.
Okay.
Is he himself a Pacific Island?
I don't know. Roots run deep, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I didn't know that. Maybe there's a new Swamp Thing. They pass these mantles around, and it's possible the newest incarnation, like the newest Ghost Rider might be, could be the same deal. I just don't read enough Swamp Thing to know.
There you go. So very cool. I like what they're doing with the connecting variants, and it is a 6-issue connecting, all the way across from top to bottom. So very cool. Neat.
Yeah.
And we're all in with Aquaman 5, all in with The New Gods, issue 6 by Ram V, Nightwing 126.
Kyle, with your Diamond Direct grading service,
yeah,
I think you offer all 6 covers graded and sealed in a special clamshell of all 6 connected with a 9.9 bam, right there stamped on it, and you name your price.
Absolutely.
That'd be sweet.
That would be
the
way to do
it. I really think we need to scrape some capital together.
I think so too.
I gotta have $50 or $60 laying around here. What do you got?
I could cash in some of this, go to the nearest Coinstar and scrap up maybe $85.
We could head to Coinstar and throw our hat in the ring. I think we've got a moneymaker, man.
Yeah. Nightwing 126, Dan Waters writing this. Dexter Soy on the cover. Some interesting covers. Has Bloodhaven's first corrupt police officer truly returned from the dead to strike down honest cops? Catwoman 76. That's an interesting cover by Cebu Fiumara.
Yeah.
The 1 in 25 is going straight up Japanese. And Hyuk Lee and Frank Cho are both doing their thing.
On Harley Quinn 51, you get a look inside her mind. Literally.
We looked inside her butthole with the fart issue. Now we're into the mind.
That's true. I forgot about that. I've blocked that out.
Really nice David Nakayama and Nubovich cover on one of those.
Yeah,
Poison Ivy 33.
Yeah, that's a pretty cover. That's Jessica Fong. Man, that's nice.
Yeah. Birds of Prey 21, all in. Batgirl number 7. Really like that cover too.
Reiko Murakami.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's really
And of course,
great.
the Dan Mora cover is also really good. If
Well,
it was a postage stamp,
wrong.
I could see it better.
Yeah. Some great. I mean, I just love the color palette on Fire and Ice. This was the issue 2. But just great color choices that really pop for me. Very modern coloring, and just helps this thing stand out on a bookshelf, I'm sure. When you're in the comic shop, you're like, what is that?
Yeah, nothing drab about that book, that's for sure.
No, the covers are great.
Secret 6-3, Flash 21, Green Arrow 24. Now, Secret 6, Flash, Green Arrow, we are not all in, Drew.
No. So I've kind of lost the thread of what
I'm unaware of what it all in means. I just know we have to be it.
I no longer understand. I don't know that I ever understood why we're all in and then we're not all. What is the difference?
Yeah, I thought it was kind of new 52 designation, but we have Green Lantern 23, we're all in, and Green Arrow and Flash 21. So it's not a time frame because those would fall in the same time frame. So I don't know.
But the worlds aren't different. It's the same kind of DC continuity, and right. So somebody.
Drew, you're starting to sound like somebody who's not all in.
Yeah, if I was really all in, I would know. I would know the definition of all in and be able to tell you exactly.
And you know who is all in? Zatanna number 4, Jamal Campbell on that one. Titans 23, John Layman, Pete Woods on that one. Batman and Robin 21, Philip Kennedy Johnson. That is all in. Batman and Robin. We get question marks on things.
One of my favorite comic series right now is this year 1 Batman and Robin. So good.
Yeah. Really good. Mark Waid, Chris Samney, of course, writing that one. Chris Samney on the internal arts. Declan Shalvey with a nice little variant there as well.
You can't not get the Samney cover. I mean, why would you?
Why would you? Yeah, exactly. The DC Universe celebrates the summer of Superman with Super Smash Up variants. Aquaman 5 giving you a mashup cover. This is mashup where we are essentially Supermanifying these characters. Batman 160 is a mashup. Green Lantern 23, the Green Superman. Harley Quinn in her best Gilla March drawn Superman outfit. Justice League Unlimited 7 has the entire Justice League in S-clad items. Superman 26 has all of the anthropomorphic items.
Okay, I get it.
All currently Supermanified. The Flash as Superman. I'm sure
that's a good one because Flash and Superman had that race,
Exactly. Now they are one and the same.
One in the same racing. That's kind of cool.
And Wonder Woman 21, Chris Anka with a sexy looking Wonder Woman in Super Man-esque. Metamorpho, the Element Man, number 6. Almost read that as Elephant Man, but I caught myself.
I kind of heard you slipping into it, and you rescued it right at the last second.
Dude, that is the most Ice Cream Man Two-Face cover I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Baltimore
Rivas.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Yeah, aside from giving me nightmares, homie.
This Batman Dark Patterns.
Yeah.
One of the very few Batman series that I've sat out. I sat this one out.
Yeah.
And I said series. My phone thought I was saying Siri. And sorry if you heard her talking.
Our robot overlords continue to be part of the podcast.
Always listening.
Resurrection Man, Quantum Karma 2.
Okay.
Don't know much about that series. DC versus Vampires, World War V, number 9. Of course, the highlight here being a Bjorn Barons cover.
Yeah, and I have also, the first issue of this came and went, and I skipped it. I was like, you know what? I think I've had enough DC Vampires.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard it's still good. So it might be one of those things where I have to go back. And now you're telling me that John Constantine is heavily in this. He's one of my favorites. So I just can't win. I just can't make decisions on my own. I need somebody else to make these decisions for me.
This is, of course, an Elseworld title.
Yeah.
Into our all-age, you have DC Cross Sonic, Teen Titans Go, Peacemaker presents the Vigilante Eagly double feature number 3.
And James Gunn's writing that.
Story Consultant by James Gunn, written by Seeley and Rex Ogle.
So with Mitch Garrett's art, that's something I'm probably going to check out. I mean, I love that Peacemaker series. That was Kyle Starks, though. So yes. Tim Seeley ain't no Kyle Starks, but Mitch Garrett does level it up for me. So, and if you give me a little guidance, Tim Seeley with a little guidance from James Gunn, I think I'm in. I think I'm in on this.
How do you go wrong? Batman 616 facsimile, Batman 617 facsimile, as we continue the Hush saga and all of its beautiful Jim Lee glory.
Yeah.
Batman Legends of the Dark Knight Halloween special facsimile. It's a weird time to be doing Halloween facsimiles, but okay.
When does this come out? May?
May. On sale May 14th.
Why? Because it's Loeb and sale, I guess, and Hush is happening, so that's just weird.
Yeah, it's an odd one. Superman versus Shazam, all new collector's edition 58 facsimile edition. Brave and the Bold 57. This is the origin of Metamorpho in a facsimile edition. Our Army at War 151 facsimile edition. We get a Sergeant Rock adventure.
Yeah.
Facsimile.
So this is the first appearance of Enemy Ace. So that's why they're choosing this one. But DC, you've been flirting with me for a while. And I appreciate this facsimile. I appreciated the first Sergeant Rock facsimile. I appreciate what you're doing. But what you really got to do is you got to give me a new Sergeant Rock series. And
how do you do Sergeant Rock? It's all drones and stuff now, man.
It's just pick a war, and go and do World War II, do Vietnam, whatever. Sergeant Rock transcends time. You pick a war, you do some war stories. You can't get too new. You got to stay back in Nam or before, and you just pick any of those and give me a time traveling Sergeant Rock that starts in the Revolutionary War and makes it all the way to Nam. That'd be great. A little mini series. Can you give me something? Just give me a little taste of Sergeant Rock. Tell me you care. You own this property. Yep. Please, for the love, you've given every crappy D, C, E, F list character a series by now. Mm-hmm. You've done this round robin travesty contest where junk gets published. You have Sergeant Rock at your disposal. Why can you not at least give me a miniseries? Yep. It's been too long. It's been since New 52, right?
I think so.
And that's 15 years at this point. I want a Sergeant Rock, but thank you. Thank you for the Our Army at War 151 facsimile. I will buy this so that you see dollars coming in, and maybe one of the bean counter nerds at DC will put 2 and 2 together and say, War Comics for the win. Pretty please, give me a Sergeant Rock comic. Thank you.
Absolutely, absolutely. As our good friends in Fallout like to say, war never changes.
Yes.
And we get into our collected editions, which is where I hand the reins over to my brother, because
you don't care, because you do not care. And I'll be honest with you, I barely remember half the stuff that it's collected here, that even though I read them in single issues, because old brain. So I glance, I get some reminiscent of some of the things that I've read, but some of it's just like really old stuff collected. And there's plenty here to choose from, but nothing standing out to me. Ooh, wait, there's Hellblazer. Omnibus 2. What's that collecting? Hellblazer 23 to 40. The Horrorist 1 and 2, which I'm not familiar with that. That's cool. Bad Blood 1 through 4. Tales from Hellblazer 250 and Vertigo Secret Files Hellblazer 1. That's a lot of, you know what that is? That is a treasure trove.
Yes, it are.
That's great.
And right above that, I would be remiss if I didn't point out Nightwing by Tom Taylor and Bruno Redondo, Omnibus number 1, 608 pages. Collecting at Nightwing 78 through 96, the annual number 1 from 2021, Superman Son of Kal-El 9, and a brand new introduction by Tom Taylor with commentary by Bruno Redondo and behind the scenes art.
So this is half of their run, maybe?
Yeah, this is the first half of their run. Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
Best Nightwing I've ever read, and I'm even lumping in back in the day,
Tales of Kyle Starks and Tales of the Teen Titans stuff, yeah.
All that stuff, yeah. This run was the best. I put it number 1. More John Constantine. 100 Bullets is collected. That's a book that I have several of the first issues of, and never finished. And it's 100 issues, so that's a slog. I mean, I want to read it, but how do you carve out time for 100 issues of something? You know, last time I did that was when you, in 2010 maybe, told me about Walking Dead.
Yep.
And I was like, what is this? I will read them all. I will read them all now. And I did. And back into comics I came. So I want to. I just haven't got to it yet.
Maybe one day.
Yeah, someday. That's a retirement read.
But we got what, 60 digital pages here, Drew, of all kinds of goodness here.
It felt meaty. It felt like there was some great stuff in here.
Some good number 1s, a lot of all in, a lot of tiny postage stamp covers. So that I'm excited to see the real covers of. big creators, Jeff Loeb, Jim Lee, Scott Snyder, Dan Slott on a lot of cool things. So all in all, not too shabby, pretty chock full there for the 60 pages that we're getting.
Yeah. I enjoy DC's catalog, even though it's all in. I kid them, but I think they put together a solid catalog that gets me interested in some stuff.
Absolutely, Drew. And we're going to head on over. Time for our sneak peek at next week. Heading on over to our good friends at Lunar. And starting on the items for the 26th and seeing what we got here. Starting with Absolute Wonder Woman 5.
Where are we at? What number am I supposed to be at?
You are supposed to be at Lunar Distributions, and you are supposed to be on February 26th.
Oh, okay. I was like on the 25th. Why do they still do that? Confuses me.
There are still a couple things coming out in collected editions and trades, but we don't care too much about that one.
But I was really proud of you for, you no longer do things coming when you do the intro. You no longer say items
Tuesday
coming
and Wednesday.
on Tuesday, Wednesday. You don't do it anymore.
Tuesday is dead to me.
That shock collar has worked.
It has. Look at this Sienkiewicz cover for Batman Long Halloween 5 of 10 with good old Joker there with the upside down nameplate.
Oh, it is a Sienkiewicz.
Yes,
I glossed right over it. That's great.
Not to be confused with the chopped off feet of the Rob Liefeld cover C.
Well, you play to your strengths.
Yeah. Black Canary, best of the best 4 of 6. Rashta Lin with a very anime style cover. Ryan Sook with a really good standard cover as well on that one.
Rashta Lin is I don't know what that is. Who is that supposed to be? Who is that on that cover?
I believe that's Black Canary.
That is not Black Canary.
I mean, she's got a canary there in front of her.
Yeah, I guess.
And it's Dinah Lance.
Okay, all right. It's a very stylized anime girl version, which is fine.
Yes, it are.
That's fine.
You wouldn't understand. It's a lifestyle.
You are speaking of all in. You are all in on anime, man.
I'm going through a phase myself. Detective 1094. We got a standard cover A by Mikhail Yanin. We got a nice cover B with Drew Redondo, Ariel Olivetti with a jacked version of Batman there. We got our Black History Month by Ryan Benjamin there on D, and our Dustin Nguyen Hush cardstock homage. So, boy, there's some great covers for Detective 1094.
Yeah, those are all solid. Flash 18's got some nice solid stuff. G.I. Joe Real American Hero 314.
Mm-hmm.
Green Arrow 21. Just good looking Green Lanterns.
Yeah, I actually kind of like those covers.
Harley Quinn, of course, always nice covers.
Yeah.
No? Okay.
No, I don't really like any of them. I think they all suck.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Different strokes.
Pick out the good cover. I mean, David Nakayama, fine. But we've seen the Harley and Ivy cover a million times.
Okay. Yeah.
Elizabeth Torg is just dumb. It's just Professor Peg.
The Jorge Fornes I thought was a cool little card look. I like that.
The weird Stampede.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, at some point, I have to tip my hat and say, I couldn't draw that.
Amen to that. But
yeah,
they're all goofball, cheeseball. Give me serious Harley.
You're not gonna get her. You're not gonna get her.
I'm going to continue to be angry until I do, though.
Yeah, you can do that. Justice League Unlimited, Lucia Perilla. very stern-faced
Yes.
Justice Leaguers
Justice
there.
League Unlimited going through something in that one.
Yeah, that's cool. Kill Train 205. I've read the first Kill Train.
Oh, it's Madcave.
Mad Cave, man, I'd like to say they're killing it. And for Kill Train, the concept here is population control. When you ride the subway, there's a 1 in 10,000 chance that subway line will be murdered, and all the people riding it will be killed. And it's in an effort, like get 600, 800 at a clip to control the population explosion. And
Gotcha.
the one conceit in this is there are still people riding the subway constantly, and it's most packed the day after the kill train pulls a kill. When they wipe out, they just assume that there'll be a long time between the next one because they just massacred a whole group of people, and that turned out to be false in issue 1, that they did back-to-backs. And it's a weird ass concept, but I'm kind of intrigued. I got to read another, even though I would not get back on the train. I would cycle. I would cycle around town. I would do some Ubering. I would drive my own car. I would walk. I would not take the subway again.
I guess you could say public transport is murder on South Cape.
Maybe.
And that is, of course, Kill Train, not to be confused with Kill Town.
Yeah. So Kill Train's on issue 2. Kill Town is on issue 3. Kill Town I have not read. So there you go. Take that for what it's worth. I can only read one Kill book at a time.
Metamorpho, the Element Man. God, I did it again!
You did it again.
With a nice Derek Chew cover.
I own Metamorpho. I own a run, I own some quarter bin fodder of Metamorpho. I put some runs together. Never read a 1. I don't really know what his power set is. I don't off the top of my head for sure. He's familiar to me from being maybe in a team or something back in the day, but really no clue who Metamorpho is.
Who knows?
Yeah. Pop Kill number 1 is another Mad Cave, and for the life of me, I thought there was already a Pop Kill.
Yeah, so it's Jimmy Palmiotti.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, so this is either a new volume of that or like a reissuing of it.
Yeah,
and it doesn't like clarify very well.
Dan Panosian with a nice cover there, and of course they've got their explicit polybagged version with the Brian Stelfreeze cover.
Nice.
Power Girl 18. Radiant Black 31. I won't mention it because Drew does not like to.
Well, yeah. I mean, Image and superhero comics. Who would have thought it?
Who'd have thunk it? Superman 23. That Nathan Zardy cover is gorgeous.
That's about all.
Yeah, let's head on over to good friends at Previews World while they still are Previews World. And let's check out our Boom items.
Well, we can.
Because there's no Image item. There was no Image section. It's all over in our good friends at Lunar.
And Boom is like April 1 exclusive to PRH.
Yep. Uncanny Valley 8. Vicarious 5.
Uncanny Valley is fantastic. Did I ever tell you about this?
No, you have not.
Okay, so this is a kid who, to discover like what the conceit of the book is, he's hanging out with his friends, and his friends dare him to jump off a bridge. Like your mom warned you about when you were a kid. If your friends jumped off a bridge, would you? Well, he did, and his friends broke their bones And he left a little kid-shaped hole in the ground and popped right back up. And then he got in trouble at school because somebody dared him to eat a hot pepper, and he did, and ended up burning his cafeteria because the flames shot out of his ears. So like these weird stuff's happening, and it turns out.
So he's Wile E. Coyote.
He's like part Toon. So his grandpa is Yosemite Sam, but not Yosemite Sam for licensing reasons.
Gotcha.
But he is Yosemite Sam, and that's his grandpa. So his mom's dad and a human procreated to make her. She has a little bit of that power in it, but somehow it's like he's like fully a kid, a human, but also fully Toon powered too. So he can like grab paint and draw a tunnel on a wall and run through it, and then people chasing him hit it and can't go through. So it's like,
what you're saying, Drew, is all of my Jessica Rabbit fantasies can come true.
It tickles a lot of bones, a lot of nostalgia bones, and a lot of like, wouldn't it be cool to be in a cartoon fantasies of your youth? I think I've read the first 6, and they're just great, man. Very cool book. You should check it out.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Down to Titan, where we just pretty much have Savage Swords of Conan 7.
Yeah, Titan's one of those publishers that could be looking for a home.
Mm-hmm.
They own Titan, or they own Conan, which is quite the property and very popular, just not with us. And they have the hard case crime line. They have some other significant things in their library, but they are Diamond exclusive, and Lunar and PRH. I mean, at last check-in, not interested in adding any more publishers.
Mm-hmm.
But somebody's got to gobble up Titan because it's not a baby.
No, it's especially with its video game tie-in stuff.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah.
So we're hoping, fingers crossed, Titan finds a place to live. If Diamond goes belly up.
Yeah. Down into our Marvel options, we have Hellverine, not to be confused with Hell Hunters 3. Both of those on 3 issues.
Great Daredevil facsimile of the first issue. One I probably should have grabbed.
Yeah. Red Hulk #1, Drew. Red Hulk rages into one world under doom.
Good
Thunderbolt
timing.
Ross in a cell deep below the ground is a prisoner of Dr. Doom, and he is not alone. Ben Percy, Jeff Shaw on this one.
That's good stuff. Some great covers, too.
Yeah. Rogue of the Savage Land, second printing, and it's doing the 25 copy exclusive on the second printing. Kari Andrews on the 25 copy one.
Very nice.
Adam Hughes on the regular second print. Oh.
Oof.
Oh. And of course, that's issue 1 going to a second print. Issue 2 out as well. J. Scott Campbell with the cover as well.
You love Adam Hughes. You love J. Scott Campbell.
I do, and I love Rogue.
Yep.
Star Wars Rise of Skywalker adaptation. The final battle for the galaxy begins as the Resistance struggles against the First Order's dominance. Poe Dameron discovers an unthinkable threat on the horizon. As the fate of the galaxy hangs in the balance, Rey must find a way to the hidden Sith hideout, putting her on a collision course with Kylo Ren. With only hours to act, will our heroes avert the devastation of the final orders? I believe this is just a retelling of the movie.
Yeah. Another one of those.
Yeah.
I think I'm on record. I effing hate those.
Yeah. There's so much other stuff we could do.
Like the Mandalorian, I'm still fuming about that. I wanted new Mandalorian tales.
Yeah, do something cool with Din Djarin.
And nope, they don't.
West Coast Avengers 4. Women of Marvel, She-Devils #1. Peach Momoko on the cover with one there as well. Stephanie Phillips, Allison Sampson on writing. Into our smaller publishers.
Yeah, let's take a look at Feral Star #1. This is a Cosmic Lion production by John Burkett, who does
$8 book.
It's an $8 book. He does the writing, he does the art, he does the price gouging. It's a sci-fi book for $8. Why not? Why not at least $7.99? I mean, try to fool us.
Yep.
Try to fool. I mean, it's not as bad. Also looking at Jump Scare #1. This is a Dark Horse book by Colin Bunn, who seems to do so many of these over at Dark Horse. He's got Danny Luckert doing the art chores, and this is a new action horror superhero event, but it's part of the Beyond Mortal series, which I don't really know. So,
gotcha. From Storm King Publishing, Drew, we have John Carpenter's Tales of Science Fiction, Pause, #1. Matthew Manning writing that one.
Yeah.
What if time stopped for everyone but you? Would you stay in the nicest Manhattan penthouse, ignore the frozen owner standing on the corner of the room? Would you eat at the finest restaurants, their food paused in time and still hot on the plate? And if you could unfreeze anyone with just a touch, would you? Or would you keep this newfound playground for yourself? You could live anywhere, take anything. The world would be yours, unless, of course, you unpaused the wrong.
Yeah, right.
And, of course, just something from earlier, FML from Dark Horse. That is a Kelly Sue DeConnick book.
Oh, yes. Yeah, very cool. I want to read that one, but I missed it when it first came out. It slipped through my radar. FML is a weird name, so I didn't even check into it. But knowing it's Kelly Sue DeConnick, I do want to check it out.
There you go.
For our Star Trek people out there, they have a one-shot, Star Trek Section 31, #1, an Alyssa Wong one-shot. If you know anything about Star Trek, this might appeal to you.
There you go.
I do not, so it doesn't.
From Oni Press, we have Power Lords #2. That is some weird-looking He-Man ripoff. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Saturday Morning Adventures is on issue 22. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the 2024 standard, is on issue 7 with a really fun little Juan Ferreira cover.
Yeah.
And that is all, Drew. So then we've reached the point of the podcast where I ask for your pick of the week. What's the one book we think we can snag up, grab up, hold on to very tightly, and put in our long boxes, because it is going to be the next optioned item or big book.
Well, I know it's going to be Pop Kill, one kill to another. It's the Jimmy Palmiotti, Dave Johnson book, and I'm having trouble with which cover I want, because I really like the Dan Panosian B.
Mm-hmm.
And, I'm drawn to the explicit variant. Something's drawing me over there. But Kyle always says, always cover A. But I think I got to go with cover B. That was what I was drawn to the most.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Mad K book. It's $6.99, Kyle. So it's a hefty price tag.
Yes, it are.
And so I don't usually go that high, but I love Jimmy Palmiotti. I'm going to give it, I really like this cover. And so, competing soda companies, that's got to be, they're owned by Siamese twins, Kyle.
Oh, wow.
Siamese twins who were separated and now are rival soda company corporation owners. So, I mean, That's interesting. It's about brotherly love run afoul. We can
Because
relate.
of course it is. Yeah.
We can relate to that, right? That's cool.
Just for fun, I was going to do one of my Rogue, the Savage Land second printings, but they're pretty much just reprints of the first one. Nothing too special there.
Okay.
I like them from a collectability standpoint. I'm going to go with this weird Storm King book, John Carpenter's Tales of Science Fiction Pause, #1 of this 6-issue series, because it just seems well done, and I'm very intrigued by the storyline there.
So who's doing Storm King?
John Carpenter's Tales of Science Fiction Pause, written by Matthew K. Manning.
Where is it?
In the smaller publishers under John Carpenter.
Oh, okay. Okay, very cool.
Yeah. It caught my eye in a week where I didn't see anything else that jumped out of it. I was like, hey, let's try this one. So
there it is. And you're doing the it's just the one cover?
Just the one cover. That's another thing that I like. I like it when there's just one option. You can't mess it up.
Yeah, I would have never guessed this one for you. That's really cool.
Absolutely. Oh, we want to thank you much for tagging along with Drew and myself as we venture through on this last release week of February, peoples. Man, can't believe this month's flying as much as it is. If you want some more from Kyle and Drew and Comics for Fun and Profit, head on over to patreon.com, search for Comics Fun and Profit, toss a couple bucks in the old cookie jar and get our things ad-free, get our fun stuff early, and help support the podcast. We appreciate you guys so much. So for Drew and for myself, see you.
Our LCS is Cowabunga Comics out of Oconomowoc, Wisconsin, and their mail order company, Deep Discount Comics. And we went there, and we were actually invoice number 00001. We were the very first their very first customer, which was kind of cool. They've been nothing short of fantastic, customer service wise. Discounts, they were very close, if not the same or better than DCBS on a lot of things. Over and above, customer service wise, always taking care of us, going the extra mile, so responsive, getting instantaneous responses back to questions about things, and to the point where knowing the stuff you like and anticipating your needs and having it suggested that you might want to add this to your order already before you even have to think about it. That's kind of cool. Really quality experience. So we love working with Cowabunga and Deep Discount, and that's why they're in our show notes every single episode, and have been for hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of episodes. That we leave them there because we like them. They're cool, good people. That's why they're in there. By God, they'd tell you to, if you've got a local comic book shop that you love, stay with them, because everybody needs to support their local comic shops. But if you're looking, check them out. You can check them out in the show notes. There's plenty of ways to get a hold of them. Either get on their list, just so you can check and see what kind of FOC and pre-order stuff they have and the discounts, and they'll send it to you each month, get you on that email list. And you can check out their shop, because they have a great shop of exclusive Cowabunga variants. Amazing stuff. Yes, they've always been there for us, and we take them for granted. So there you go. Now you know.